the same offense. It is. Gronk, you look at a few highlights, Tampa Bay touchdown last week, not last week, the week before, Gronkowski, bam, he slams down, delays a minute, pops out, Brady, touchdown. We can go back and look at New England's offense from years, and that same play in the red zone was there. Same play.
Now, were the Bucs doing it early? Hold on, Key. Were the Bucs doing that early last year, or was that something Brady had to phase in?
He came and they started doing it. But everybody does the same thing. Everybody runs sluggo seam. Everybody runs all go. Everybody runs tosses. Everybody runs fly sweeps.
If everyone runs the same thing,
you ain't got the same personnel.
but why are some guys like Sean McVay able to get seemingly different results if everyone's running the same thing?
Okay, so I'll go at it away from sports and go into your business. Mm-hmm. Everybody talks the same, right? They got the same highlights around and different stations and stuff. But why is our show better than everybody else's?
Because I'm on it.
Oh, jeez.
Again. One more. Can I hear the horn again?
Oh, jeez.
Because this was not about you, Max. It was about the shows.
Oh, you asked me a question. I was just trying to answer.
And because we got good personnel, we got good producers, we don't do the same thing. We call things different in the way we do our rundowns. We're not copycatting off of anybody else. We are leaders of the industry because we are at the top of the morning. Everybody follows us. That is why Sean McVay is better at doing it, because he is at the leading forefront of designing plays and doing it first, opposed to doing it.
In other words,
fifth.
I understand what you're saying. You're talking about everyone does the same thing, but there's an original, and then there's what's derivative from the original.
Absolutely, 100%. That's why Bill Walsh was better than everybody.
And the originals are the ones who have the success, you're saying?
Absolutely.
Let me jump in for 1 second. It is the same offense, but why does Bill Belichick need to say that? That's what felt like a shot. Like that's like because that's Bill's personality. I get it. He's consistent with who he is. But those are the little jabs that make you feel like this is a big thing, because that's not typical
of course it's a
how
big
Bill
thing.
talks, right?
Of course it's a big thing.
It can be the same offense, but him saying, yeah, it's 100% the same thing.
Think about
100. He said 100%.
Think about your soft. What did you play for at Duke, right? Three. So think about your sophomore year when they brought in the other guard after your freshman year, and you would have transferred to another school and then went to see Coach K again. Coach K would have been like, yeah, that little dude, we going to do this to him. You'd have been like, yeah, I'm going to take care of Coach. It would have been personal. And so, yes, it's personal for both of them, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. But on the flip side of things, what Bill Belichick is saying to us, the media, is Tom Brady is doing the same things we did with him. He's not doing anything different, except he has a different personnel. So I made that. I'm the one who made that.
So
give me my credit too.
If the basic argument is who's the originator and who's derivative from the original, who's the copy, that determines success. That explains Belichick's comment.
Everybody watches everybody's stuff. When I was in Tampa Bay, everybody tried to copy Tampa 2. Mm-hmm. They tried it. It didn't work because we had Derek Brooks, and we had Johnny Lynch, and Warren Sapp, and Simeon Rice, and Greg Spires, and Boogie McFarland.
Wait, now you're
Nobody
saying,
can do that.
Hold on.
And we had the main guy behind it, which was Tony Dungy.
So let's slow up for a second. On the one hand, there's who is originating, right?
Yes.
And on the other hand, are you saying that because even originators of ideas take good ideas from other originators, right?
Yes. And expand on it.
But you have to have the personnel. So the original, or if you're going to be derivative, you better have the personnel to run it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and guess what New England didn't have last year? The personnel. They didn't have the personnel. They were still trying to run some of the same stuff, but then that wasn't working.
So you agree with both coaches that they each took stuff from each other?
100%. Anybody that's coaching football or played football that will sit there and tell you that they're not stealing from each other is a damn lie.
Is lying.
Man, it's lying. Sluggo seam is slug. Everybody runs it. Everybody runs certain things. They all run draws, paint, nickel. They call it something different.
That goes back to my point, though, Key. Like, if you won 6 Super Bowls, obviously there's something that's underneath Bill Belichick about proving to people that, yeah, they're running the same thing we ran, like to try to give himself credit for saying I made Tom Brady. Like
That's fine.
But why do you even
that.
why do you even need to say that?
Because that's just what they.
That's the case though. If you're telling me everybody, that's like saying I ran a high volume pick and roll when I was in college. When I got to the NBA, we ran no pick and roll, right? Any smart coach would say this guy was successful at running pick and PNRs. We're gonna put in high volume PNRs because that's what he was successful at doing. It makes sense, but for somebody to say that publicly is letting you know how they feel about that player and that coach.
You got to think about when Tom Brady was a free agent and he was seeking to find another team. He went to a team that did something similar to what he was doing in New England. So his learning curve would be at a minimum.
Of course.
He didn't have to learn a lot.
Of course.
Because Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich did the same things in Arizona. Bruce did principles in Pittsburgh. They probably did some of the same stuff in Indy to a degree. Everybody kind of does the same things. They call it at times differently. Maybe they use certain things on second and third down that New England uses on first and second down. But it's the same stuff. You're just calling it different. That's all.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.